Hello everyone and welcome to Battle of the Beasts All Generation episode number 4. So today I have two more beasts fighting for a spot in round 2. And this will be the last battle for today. Yep, I know I said I'll do it in groups of 4, but I'm doing it in groups of 2 now because busy life, I'm afraid. Sorry. But yeah. So yeah, next 2 battles. So here are the opponents. Representing Series 27, the Ghost of Caradin, the newest entry, one of the newer books in this whole tournament, and this is book number 2, Devora, the Death Fish. And representing the very large group of specials, special number 4, Kragos and Kildor, the Two-Headed Demon. So this is a relatively interesting matchup. However, there's one I prefer a hell of a lot more than the other. So, yeah, unfortunately, I do strongly dislike one, and the other one's actually very good. So, with that, we're just going to go straight into the stat department, and then we'll talk about what the arena will look like and what's else going on.
Kragos and Kildor, the Two-Headed Demon. This two-headed beast can change and reform itself into different creatures. It last appeared in the form of a ram and a stag. The Two-Headed Demon desires the magic golden cup of life, a precious object which will protect anyone who drinks from it against death. Now, onto the stats. Deform/reform abilities into their animals. Resurrection, which has been removed from Battle of the Beast. Sharp antlers, sharp claws, flame aura, enhanced strength and shurikens, making one deadly opponent in the tournament.
Submerged beneath the frozen lake in the northern mountains lies the remains of Devora. Brought back to life by Caradin, Devora has a terrifying batch of abilities and a freaky design that make her one reason why you don't want to enter the aquatic waters anytime soon. Now, onto her stats. Reform/deform with her body made of fish. Underwater breathing. Generate and can melt her own ice. Sharp spines, propelling tail. Sharp teeth that can chomp ice. A thick hide that survives Tom's sword. Let's see how she does in the tournament.
3, 2, 1!
Devora versus Kragos and Kildor. Let's get into this. Now, with the arena, I'm thinking more along the lines of, we're going to do the same arena that was done for Solak versus Wrathcore. And that's going to be, so a grassy plain area with a lake in the middle, along with spokes going out to the exit to the perimeter of the arena in all directions, and each of those spokes connecting to each other at the end, kind of like a clock. That will be. And I'm choosing that arena because I don't really know what else I can really do. For the Cup of Life for Kragos and Kildor, as this is used to keep their magic, but what I'll be doing, I'll be keeping Kragos and Kildor's Cup of Life on fire, but in the stands of the arena. So if Devora is to reach it, she needs to do some good gymnastics, let's say, to reach it. So as both beasts exit from their chambers, Kragos and Kildor takes the land entrance, and Devora takes the underground, now underwater, entrance. Devora comes out of her entrance in a swarm or school of piranhas. They're from the Amazon. And meet up in the centre, in the lake, and they all poke their heads out and stare at Kragos and Kildor. Kragos and Kildor come out as one ram and one stag. They instantly lock eyes, and as the swarm of the school of piranhas form into like a watery vortex, and Devora appears, Kragos and Kildor butt heads against each other, and they form themselves into the beast form. Kragos and Kildor summon up 2 ninja stars in each of their hands and chucks them both towards Devora. Devora, using her tail fin, smashes water up in front of her, causing a water shield to pop up, and the shurikens go right through it. However, extinguishing and not hitting Devora at all. Or sorry, they do hit Devora, but they don't do much. They just bounce right off. As the water not only extinguished the flame, but also slowed them down quite significantly. Kragos and Kildor summon up more ninja stars and chucks them repeatedly at Devora from all directions, some using some as boomerangs to go around Devora and come back to hit her in the back. What Devora does is that she jumps out of the water and splashes her whole body down, causing a giant water shield to appear on all sides, and she freezes it as it's making its way up, causing it to just be a giant icy pillar. And each shuriken just hits it, and some stick into it, causing a small fire, and some of the ice to melt and extinguish it, leaving a little hole there. Some just bounce right off onto the grassland. Kragos and Kildor realise they need to crush the ice pillar just to get Devora out. However, Devora has already deformed and gone to her school form, and she has gone. Need to breathe. Each of the a small portion of each school form has gone through each spoke, and has and using each of their fins has just started cutting round the perimeter of the arena, causing the back end to sink without Kragos and Kildor noticing, because they're busy trying to destroy the ice pillar. Devora's whole school form has also cut down the wedges, and that's when Kragos and Kildor starts to notice that water's seeping through from the sides. And what Kragos and Kildor does is that, using the fiery shurikens, they use them to drag them along their wedge, and that's kind of using that. It's kind of burnt the grass away a bit, but has also sealed up the crack that Devora's fins have made. Devora has now formed back into her beast form, and whilst they are distracted with that, she smashes the ice pillar in direction of Kragos and Kildor, and unfreezes it at the same time, and Kragos and Kildor got greeted by a shower of water, which evaporate with small portions evaporating, touching Kragos and Kildor, others just flat out hitting Kragos and Kildor, causing them to feel that wetness, and parts of them just extinguish. They turn around to see Devora just snarling at them. Kragos and Kildor stare down at Devora, and Devora makes the first move and does a fake out jump out towards Kragos and Kildor. And Kragos and Kildor's retaliation was to take a step back, and with their hoof making a rather heavy thump, the ground starts submerging steadily. Devora and Kragos and Kildor all notice this, and Devora lets out a sinister grin, and as a kind of sacrifice to herself, Devora jumps out of the water and slams down onto the ground on the wedge where Kragos and Kildor are. Whilst Kragos and Kildor are now fighting the fish hand to hand, cutting themselves on her razor sharp fins and her teeth. Kragos and Kildor is also getting a good few slashings in on that. But unbeknownst to Kragos and Kildor, Devora's weight along Kragos and Kildor's weight, and all their tumbling around, is causing the wedge to sink faster. It's not until the water starts coming in contact with Kragos and Kildor that they realise that they've fallen right into Devora's trap. And Devora, when the water is submerged over half of Kragos and Kildor lying down, Devora jumps off of Kragos and Kildor, goes into her school form, and freezes the water instantly, whilst Kragos and Kildor's trying to get up, but the ice is keeping them in place, and melting the ice will extinguish their flame, but also just going to cause more water to come their way because, well, yeah, and Devora just instantly refreeze it. Kragos and Kildor is now completely trapped. And what Devora does, she swims around in like a sort of victory royale, just starts swimming around in her school form until they form back into a beast form. And take one big chomp on Kragos' head. That's the stag part of him, by the way. So this is Kildor, that's Kragos. So Devora bites down on Kragos' head, his teeth sinking right into the neck, whilst the flames are now starting to emerge around Kragos and Kildor. It's injuring Devora, but what Devora does, she uses her tail fin, slaps it up to where it goes down on top of them and freezes both of them in ice. Devora, being used to the cold though, just starts chomping down and just snaps Kragos' head completely off. Devora unfreezes the water, and Kildor gets back up, realising he's in his round form now, and just sees a floating stag going down the, sinking down to the bottom of the lake. Kildor realises that he is outnumbered, charges up towards Devora just as a last resort, and Devora sees that coming, uses her tail fin and just slashes at Kildor, and apart from causing major gashes to appear all over him, he smacks him straight into the arena wall, causing cracks to appear all over it, and Kildor's ram body falls to the water and starts sinking down with the wedge and Kildor's body as well. They can't get back up, and with that, Devora has won, Kragos and Kildor has lost.
Loosen up, okay, buddy?
Oh, you guys, you really nailed him.
So with this fight, I think it was obvious Devora was going to win because of her abilities and the fact she's actually a rather intelligent beast. Kragos and Kildor, whilst I don't remember much from them, they are more of the angry beasts. So they don't really they act before they think. Which with this tournament especially can be trouble, because that can mean that means they're going to do something which is going to affect both of them, and they can suffer as a result. So whilst they did do some good moves of sealing up the wedge to prevent it from sinking, they also lowered their guard down for Devora to just surround them in water completely, and then to force the wedge down even more. I think it was a game set match when they got trapped. But with that, if you think Kragos and Kildor should have won, please leave in the comments below why you think that. But unfortunately, my word is final.
Blah, 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 me, me, blah, 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 me, me, me.
Thank you.
And Devora goes on to the final round. Well, to the second round. Whereas Kragos and Kildor, they can stay dead in round 1, like they did in the Specials generation. But with that being said, that's all for this time. If you like what you saw, leave a like, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe, press that little notification bell in the corner below, and join me in the next video where we have 2 more beasts fighting each other. Until then, I'll see you next time.